Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that the 45,696 crore rupees deal that was approved yesterday for 73 Tejas Mark 1A fighters and 10 Mark 1 trainers, and 1,202 crore rupees for design and development of new infrastructure for boosting production rate at the second production line, will considerably expand the current Tejas ecosystem in the country, and it is also currently the largest number of fighters bought in a single contract for the Indian Air Force. Apart from the 43 capability and maintenance-related improvements, the Mark 1A fighters will have an increased indigenous content of 60% as compared to 50% of the initial Mark 1 variant, and it will create new job opportunities as well as foster manufacturing and design capabilities in 500 small and big Indian companies, as around 35% of the work has been outsourced to the private sector. The Indian Army has signed a 140 crore rupees deal with the private sector firm ideaForge for an undisclosed number of Switch unmanned aerial vehicle to fulfill its requirement of tactical drones for its infantry troops deployed in high-altitude areas for day and night intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance operations. The 6.5 kilograms vertical takeoff and landing drone has a range of 15 kilometers and has the capability to fly for 2 hours at a maximum altitude of 4,500 meters and is fully capable to undertake both day and night surveillance missions. In a very significant development, the Indian Army Chief has said that a final contract for 6,71,427 AK-203 rifles is expected to be signed shortly, as all the issues related to price, technology transfer and level of indigenization have been sorted out, and the Indo-Russian joint venture facility will soon be operationalized to manufacture the much-needed AK-203 rifles. As per current discussions, the rifles are expected to cost less than 70,000 rupees per piece, which is significantly cheaper than the SIG 716 rifles imported from the US under an emergency order, which had cost around 89,000 rupees per rifle. A bulk of the cost for the AK-203 rifles will go towards Ordnance Factory, which needs to absorb the technology, while the royalty to the Russian side will be around 6,000 rupees per rifle. The DRDO has developed the country's first indigenous machine pistol with the help of the Indian Army, and will replace the 9mm pistols in the defense forces. It has a range of 100 meters, and the prototype has been tested for 300 rounds in the last 4 months of its development, and it comes in the class of Uzi series of Israel. An Indian Army officer has indigenously developed a microcopter, which can be used by the Army to carry out surveillance inside a building for counter-operations. The trials of the microcopter have been successfully carried out by a Paris Special Forces battalion in the valley, and further improvements are currently being carried out in the microcopter. The Indian Air Force has completed the construction of next-generation hardened aircraft shelters at a base in a northeastern state close to the China border, and these specialized structures are capable of withstanding a 2,000-pound air-to-ground precision-guided munition, and this comes in the backdrop of massive Chinese infrastructure development being undertaken in the Tibet Autonomous Region. The Indian Air Force also has the technology to repair damaged runways in a few hours, which will give an operational edge in combat with China. Chinese media has said that the Western Command of the Chinese Army has completed 3D mapping of the uncharted western border region of the country, which will provide centimeter-level precision that will contribute to the infrastructure development as well as combat capability enhancement of the Chinese military in the region.
Omar dropped it.